Hello everyone, this is Mr. Kun. This is a video to help you prepare for the upcoming final exam. Firstly, let me explain today's special. The focus of today will be paper 2 writing. I will be explaining several parts. First, I'll tell you about the revision guidelines. Next, I will be teaching you how to analyze, how to study a question based on a writing question in the exam paper last year. Next, I will help you revise on the way to use T-Trap to analyze the question. Next, we will move on to talk about keywords and how to make use of the keywords to recycle the language we have learned in Form 4. So let's begin. First, later on you will get the exam revision guidelines on Google Classroom. So the focus, as I've mentioned, is paper 2 writing. Let me bring you to the topics for revision. There are 4 modules we have learned this year. We have teenagers and mental health, we have school and studying, we have sports and healthy lifestyle, and we have also studied workplaces and elderly. To give you more details, for Module 1, for teenagers and mental health, we have studied about the stress and how teenagers are facing anxiety in their family, at school, and in their personal life. Secondly, in the Module 2, we've focused on the school life, and we have also learned studying overseas, how there's difference between studying in Hong Kong and studying overseas. Next, in Module 3, we studied sports. We focus on sports in different circumstances and areas like the Olympics. We have also learned the importance of doing sports and also the problems of sedentary lifestyle. Last but not least, the last module we've studied was about a particular social issue, which is the elderly problem. We have learned discrimination and ageism. We have also learned aging population. We have also learned problems and things that we can do in the elderly home and retirement home. And we have also done the writing based on poverty. So, with these topics in mind, let's take a look at the question of last year. This is one of the questions of the exam last year. It is about sports. And there are 2 parts. The first part is asking you why doing sports is important, and the other part is how to get more people, more students interested in sports. So, how do we make use of T-Trap to understand the question? So firstly, as you can see, our role, who we are the new chairperson of sports club. So it's new, so you can think of something different. You have something that has never been done before because you're the new chairperson, like new types of sports. Secondly is the audience. So usually when we talk about audience, we don't just think about who we are writing to, who is reading. Most importantly is you have to think about where are we posting the article. So since we are posting the article in the school magazines, most likely the target we will be focusing on are students and teachers. However, since the topic is on importance of sports, so we also want to focus on a particular problem, which is physical inactivity. Next, purpose. So why are we writing this? There are 2 purposes. First one, as we mentioned, the importance of doing sports. We're trying to raise awareness of sports so that everyone, every student, or even teachers would know the importance of doing sports. Next, we want to make sure that students are interested. So we are trying to encourage students to exercise. And specifically, we are trying to tackle the problem of physical inactivity or sedentary lifestyle. So some of the key words in the question we have to pay attention to. Firstly, why is doing sports important? We have to focus on three things. Number one, who are the stakeholders? Who are the people affected or involved in this issue? Basically, from the question, we can see that we focus on schools and students. So when we want to understand why it is important, we actually want to know the benefits or things that they can learn from doing sports. So I have broken the two stakeholders into this table. As you can see on the left, we focus on what students need or what they do not have. So students need a healthy life, they want physical health, and they do not want to have stress, they want a social life. And things that they can possibly learn from doing sports would be perseverance, sportsmanship, teamwork, and so on. Of course, you have to explain how can doing sports help them gain these benefits. As for school focus on two major things. Number one, it's students' growth and development. Number two is reputation. That means whether it can help make the school become more popular. After that is the second part, how to get students interested. In other words, it's like the correction to the problem. So, according to the problem solution framework, there are three main ways for us to tackle a problem. Number one is education. Number two is punishment, and number three is incentives. So how do we apply these three ways into the question? So as for incentives, we may want to encourage students by using different bonus scores or credit systems. Or punishment, which are, for example, detention class or being a sports day helpers or doing mandatory physical training. However, we have to be careful because as our role is the chairperson, punishment seems not appropriate in this case because chairperson should not be punishing students of our school. So for the last one is education, which is the most common one. Education is trying to raise awareness. There are several examples to help you here. But most importantly is giving details. When it comes to giving details, it's important to focus on what, who, how, why. Like the photo as an example, this is the PE lesson. So you can see students are actually doing Tai Chi, and students or members of sports club can actually participate. And as for how, we actually can think about how we organize the activity. Is it in the form of a competition? Or do we make videos or make photos and then we post it on social media? And you have to explain at the end why this is useful, why this is effective to raise awareness. This helps you write more details and write longer paragraphs. So how do we get more ideas and vocabulary? There is actually a folder given to you. You can scan the QR code and then you can go back to all the revision materials for the 4 modules, and there are useful language notes. So to summarize, 4 main steps. Number 1, remember to read the revision guidelines. Number 2, read the writing questions carefully and analyze it using the T-trap. And next, keywords are very important. We have to understand it before we start writing. We have to plan and think carefully. Last but not least, remember to use the vocabulary and ideas from all the notes and reading materials. That's all. Thank you and good luck.